Hello, my dear students. Good morning to all. Welcome back to Maths Online class. So, you have completed your fifth chapter. What was it? Fractions. I hope all of you completed your notebook and practiced questions on fractions. The concept of fraction is well understood. So, we can move on to the next chapter. Did you check what is our next chapter? So, going on to the next chapter, giving an introduction about the chapter, let me show you something. Have you seen this before? Before, that means now the present situation, it is pandemic COVID-19, isn't it? So before this situation, we used to go out, we used to celebrate, we used to get all together in functions, isn't it? Now, due to this pandemic, we cannot go outside or we cannot meet every day, isn't it? No problem. We'll hope very soon this pandemic will be over. So, have you seen this? Yes, this is a price tag, isn't it? When you were going shopping with your parents and all and buying dress and all, you have seen this price tag, isn't it? Here, this is not the symbol of our rupees, but still you have seen this price tag, isn't it? What is this? What you have seen? The number you are seen in this. What is that? What type of number is this? The number you have studied till now is not having a point, isn't it? Here in this number, we have a number, then a point, then again number, isn't it? So what type of numbers are this? Yes, such numbers are said to be decimal numbers. So our next chapter is what? Decimal numbers. So in this chapter, we are dealing with decimal numbers, operations on decimal numbers. So first let me discuss about decimal numbers. So I said the number with point, that decimal points are known as decimal numbers. What is the difference means? Here you can see a decimal point, isn't it? The decimal point, before you can see now some number, and after the decimal point you can see some numbers. So before the decimal point, that number means this ordinary numbers what we have studied. But after the decimal point, the place value, the reading of numbers are having different. So let us see how to read this number. What is this? 5.68. After the decimal point, we will not say 68. I said the place value after the decimal point is different. So after the decimal point, we can say the place value of 6 is not tens. So that is why we are not calling 68. Instead, what we read? 5.68. So after the decimal point, never combine the number and read the number as such. Next one, here before the decimal point means whatever we have studied, the same number system, no change. Here 74 means what? 74.99. We will not read 99. 74.99. 18.1. So I said before the decimal point, the place value, the number system are same. After the decimal point, the place value and everything is different. So let us look what is it. Place value chart of decimal numbers. We can discuss on it. So as I said, a decimal number is separated by a decimal point, isn't it? So a decimal point. So before the decimal point, the place value systems are same. As usual, we start with ones, tens, hundred, thousands, etc. It will go like that. But after the decimal point, the first place value is tenth. What is it? Tenth. Then comes the second place value, thousands, hundred. Then comes thousands. So what is the first place value after decimal? Tenth. Then comes hundred. Then comes thousands. We'll look one example. This is one decimal number, isn't it? If there is a decimal point, then that number is decimal point. So let us look the place value. I said before the decimal point, the number as usual. So 34 means the place value of 4 is ones and 3 is tens. Then after the decimal point, we have only one place, isn't it? So the first place is what? Tenth. So after the decimal point, first place value is 10th. Now if one more digit is there, see here, how we'll read the number? First read the number 13.95. Now let's look the place value. Here this is unit or ones place, then tens place. Now after the decimal point, first place will come 10th. 10th means 1 by 10. Then comes second place value 100th. What it is? 100th. What is 100th? 1 by 100. You know here the place value means 3 means what? 3 into 1. 1 means what? 1 into 10. Similarly here 9 into 1 by 10. 5 into 1 by 100. That is the difference between the place value before and the after decimal point. One more example. Here how we'll read the number 25.386. So we are looking the place value. This is unit place. This is tens place. Now the decimal point then comes. First position goes for 10th. Second position comes for 100th. Third position thousands. See here after the decimal point, here we don't have a unit place. We are having a unit place only here. So the first place after the decimal point is 10th. Then comes 100. Then comes thousands. So what is 10th? 10th means 1 by 10. You know 10. 10 is 1/10. 1 into 10. So 10th means 1 by 10. 100th means 1 by 100. Thousands means 1 by 1000. Now how we are writing the decimal numbers? 5 by 1000. This is written as fraction, isn't it? Now how we are writing in decimals? Here what is the denominator? 1000, isn't it? In 1000 how much zeros we are having? 3 zeros we are having. So when we are converting to decimals, after the decimal point we should have 3 places. Why we are having 3 places here? Because in the denominator it is 1000. Now here I have only one place, 5, isn't it? I don't have a 3 place. So in order to make 3 places, I am adding zeros. Understood? So zeros when you are adding, don't add after 5, but you have to add before 5. So 5 by 1000 when we are writing as decimal, what it is? 0.005. Next 96 by 1000. Here again 1000 is having 3 zeros. So I said after the decimal point we need 3 places. Here in the numerator we have already 2 places. How many places we need? 3 places we need. So we have to, in order to make 3 places, I have to add only 1 0. Next 7 by 100. 7 by 100. Here what is the denominator? Here the denominator is 100. So in 100 how many zeros? 2 zeros are there, isn't it? So if it is 2 0 means after the decimal point we should have only 2 places. So here I have only 1 place. So in order to make 2 places I have to make 1 more 0. In this way you have to compare the denominator. Here denominator is what? 100. Or if you are saying here after the decimal point if it is 2 places means you should know that in the denominator there should be 2 zeros. That means 0.12. That means what? 12 by 100. Here 5 by 10. In 10 only 1 0. So after the decimal place only 1 point. So according to the decimal point we are discussing the denominator of the fraction. Next, write the place value of the underlined digits. So here tell me the place value of the underlined digits. What is it? 5.695. Here, which number is underlined? 9. So, 5.69. After the decimal point, the second position is 9, isn't it? So, the first position is for what? 10th. Then comes second position what? 100th, isn't it? So, what is the place value? You can write 900th or 9 by 100. You can write the place value either 900 or 9 by 100. Then second question 23.006. Here 6 is underlined. So comparing after the decimal point the third position is 6, isn't it? So I said the first position is for 10th, second position for 100, third position for thousands. So you can write 6 thousands or 6 by 1000. Next, 0.456. So first 4 is underlined. That means 4 by 10 or 4/10. So in this way you have to write the place value. Now what is the place value of 0? You know the place value of 0 is always 0. Next, expanded form. What do you mean by expanded form? You know to write the expanded form of usual numbers. The same here also for decimal numbers. You are writing expanded form means writing down the numbers in its place value. Example 23,567 by here. Here instead of point they are writing like this 567 by 1000. When you are converting, I know this here it is 3 decimals. Sorry, 3 zeros. So there should be point. So 23.567. Now how will you write in expanded form? Write the place value of each numbers. 22. The place value of 2 is 20. 3, you know, unit 3. Now, after the decimal point, first one, 5. So, I said if the place value is 10th, isn't it? So, 5 by 10. Then comes 6, 6 by 100. Then 7, 7 by 1000. So, in expanded form means you are writing the place value of each digit and adding. That is the expanded form. You know how to write an expanded form for the numbers. Here then there is decimal numbers. The only difference is that after the decimal point, the place value will be having a small difference. 0.456. Here the first part is 0, isn't it? So you write 0 plus. Here comes 4. No, first place is 4. So 4 by 10. Then comes 5, 5 by 100. Then 6 by 1000. Next 5.089. Here again 5 plus. The place value of 0 is always 0. So write 0 itself. Second one is 8. 8 by 100 plus 9 by 1000. This is how you are writing in expanded form. Next, equivalent decimals. What do you mean by equivalent decimals? You have studied what are equivalent fractions, isn't it? The fractions with same value are called equivalent fractions. Same here equivalent decimals. The decimals with same value are called equivalent decimals. That means the value for the decimals will be same. For example, see 5.63, 5.630. The value is same, isn't it? 5.63 and 630. 1.23, 1.230. They are also same. 12.5 and 12.50. That is also same. Here when you are adding the 0 to the last, then the value will be same. But if you are adding the 0 not to the last, then it will not be same. For example, 7.45 and 7.05 are not equivalent decimals. Why? Means here 5.63 and 5.63, if you see the place values, the place value of 5 here means what? Ones itself. Here also ones. Here what is the place value of 6? 10th. What is the place value of here? 6? 10th. What is the place value of 3? 100. Here what is the place value? 100. So there is no change in the place value. But here the place value of 7 is correct. Here 7 ones, here 7 ones. But here what is the place value of 4? 10th. But here what is the place value of 4? It's not same. So when you are adding the 0 here, they are not equivalent decimals. So when you are adding the 0 to make equivalent decimals, you have to add the 0 to the last. Next, like and unlike decimals. You know, like and unlike fractions, isn't it? The fractions with same denominator are like and fractions with different denominators are unlike. Same case here. Decimals with same number of decimal places are called like decimals. What is that? If you see an example, you will understand. Here 2.5, 0.8, 10.6. If you leave after the decimal point, here you have one place. Here also you have one place. Here also you have one place. Such decimals are called like decimals. That means after the decimal point, the places are same. Before the decimal place, you don't care. After the decimal place. Here 3.15, 13.05, 0.67. So when you look after the decimal point, here you have two places. Here you have two places. Here also you have two places. So these decimals are like decimals. After the decimal point, not before the decimal point. So what will be unlike decimals? Decimals with different number of decimal places are called unlike decimals. So if they have different decimal places, then they are unlike. See, here you have after the point 1 position, here you have 2 digits, Here you have 3 digits. So these 3 decimals are unlike decimals. Here also 34.097. Here you have 3 places. Here 0.34. Here you have 2 places. Here 7.1 you have 1 places. So this is unlike and like decimals. So today we discussed about decimal numbers, the place value of decimal numbers, expanded form, what are equivalent decimals and like and unlike decimals. So you should know how to read a decimal numbers, what is the place value of after the decimal point, then how you are writing in expanded form and all. Hope all of you understood today's class. Copy down the notes given and attend the test paper given. We'll meet with the next concept of decimal numbers in the next video. Thank you.